Alright, we are on. Hey guys, it's Evan here, and in this video I'm going to do another tutorial on how to juggle. I can juggle three things, so I'm going to teach you 3 different objects that are good to juggle with. So I'm going to teach you how to juggle 3 balls, 3 clubs, and 3 juggling rings. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so first I'm going to teach you how to juggle 3 balls. I know these aren't juggling balls, but these are the best I had. So to start off, you want to have 1 ball in your hand and just practice. So you're going to have your hands like this, so your elbows next to your like kind of your sides. So you want to have this like posture, and then toss the ball up left to right with 1 ball. This is how you practice for 2 and 3, so keep practicing and try to keep the ball at the same height you threw it in the previous tosses you've had. Just like this. So once you have that down, you are ready for 2 balls. So then so you have 1 in each hand now. So you're gonna throw the 1. You're gonna throw 1 like that. And then right as this first ball hits its peak, or like the highest it's been thrown, that's when you throw the second ball. It's like this. I'll back up so you can see it better. So you can see when it stops going up, that's when the first ball stops going up, that's when you throw your second ball. Sometimes when people juggle 2 balls, they sometimes do it like this, which is fine. But if you want to learn how to do 3, practice these catches. And once you have this down, you are ready for 3. So keep practicing those catches and see how many you can do. If you want to practice this 2 individually in 1 hand, just do this. So now, once you have that done, you are ready for 3 balls. So you'll have 2 in 1 of your hands. I mean, if you're gonna start juggling, have 2 balls. So if you're right-handed, have 1 in right hand and 2 in your left. But if you're left-handed, have 2 in your right hand and 1 in your left. So this is gonna be complicated to tell. So this is what it's like. So once the first ball hits its peak, throw the second one hits its peak, throw the third one. So it's like this. I'm going to do it higher. So first ball, second ball, 3, third ball. So like I said, it's the same thing with 2, like that first ball when it hits its peak, throw the second one, except you're just adding 1 more ball. So when the first ball hits its peak, throw the second one, but when the second ball hits its peak, then you throw the third one. So you only throw 1 of the 2 balls in your left hand or your right hand. Just like that. So, oops. Make sure you kind of have even catches too. First ball hits its peak, second one, third one. So that's going to teach you how to do 3 balls, just like this. Oops. Alright, so like I said, practice with 2 just so you can master that first ball hits its peak thing, like 1, 2. So when the first ball hits its peak, throw the second one. So that's literally just the same thing, except you're throwing 1 more ball. Make sure when you're juggling 3 balls, this is all just a review, so throw 1 in your left hand, 2, 3. So make sure 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be that same thing with all these other items, but I suggest starting with juggling balls. So, yeah. So that's how you juggle 3 balls, and now I'm about to show you how to juggle 3 juggling rings, which is the second easiest one. So these are juggling rings, and I suggest probably doing these because I'll probably do balls, rings, and clubs, so Then this is 3 juggling rings. So I'm gonna do the same thing like I've been doing with the juggling balls. So you're gonna just practice tossing it up, the ring, just tossing it up. Let me step back. Tossing it up and catching it like that. It's like a skeet. It's like you're tossing a skeet. So practice doing that motion of just tossing it up and spinning it, and then try transferring it to your other hand and catching it like that. It's not that difficult. It's just the same thing as the juggling balls. So practice that catch, and also before you try like tossing it to your other hand, try practice catching it in just your right hand, with your non-off hand. So if you're righty, use your right hand, but if you're lefty, use your left hand. So practice this, practice that catch, and when you have it down, sorry, it's a bit windy, so if it blows away, that's the problem. So just practice that spin, and then transfer it to your other hand. So once you have that down, you are ready for 2. I haven't really juggled these that much, so I might be not that great at them, but who cares. So you're doing the same thing like you did with the 2 balls. So you're gonna toss one up when it hits its peak, throw the second one. Oops. So like this. So when the first ring hits its peak, throw the second one, like you did with the 2 balls. I think this is the second easiest thing that I know of juggling. I think clubs is probably the hardest because you have to flip things here. I'll show you clubs after I do this. So practice those catches. So once you have this down, if it's getting tough for you at 2, keep practicing 1 until you feel very comfortable with it, and then switch over to 2. There's one more demonstration of 2. When the first ring hits its peak, second one. So when the first ring, I might say this over and over again because it's a very big tip when it comes to juggling. So when the first one hits its peak, then you throw the second one, next one up, and then the next one. It depends on how many things you're juggling. So it's like even catches, and make sure you have the even height as well while you're juggling. And now once you are mastered with 2, you're ready for 3. So just think about the same material I taught you with the juggling balls, and then you're good. So, or not the juggling balls, the regular balls. I didn't have juggling balls with me, so it might be a bit confusing, but it's the same material. It's just different balls. So just grab yourself some juggling balls, juggling rings, and juggling clubs for this tutorial, and you're good to go. I should have said at the beginning of the video, I'm sorry, but hopefully you'll keep on with it. So start with 2 in your off hand, and then toss the first one up, second one to the third. 1, 2, 3. It's a bit windy, so it might blow away a bit. So when the first one hits its peak, throw the second one, and when the second one hits its peak, throw the third ring. That's what it looks like. And then once you have that mastered, you're ready to keep going. So master just 1 flash, which is just 1 cycle while you're juggling. So say, for example, if you're juggling 3 balls, then it's 3 catches, that's 1 flash. So a flash depends on how many of that certain item you're juggling. So if you have 3 balls with you, 3 equals 3, so 3 balls equals 3 catches, which equals 1 flash. 1, 2, 3. So see, that's a flash. Oh shoot. Alright, so it's a bit windy, so this might be a bit tougher. So just practice those 3 catches like I've been telling you. And then once you're ready, add another one and just keep going as long as you can. Just like this. Just like that. So that's all for the juggling rings. Now I'm going to move on to the juggling clubs. Alright, last thing I'm going to show you is juggling clubs. So this might be one of the toughest things to juggle, in my opinion. So it's the same thing of what you did with the juggling rings. How you're like spinning it, you're kind of doing the same thing with the club, except you're flipping it. So just practice flipping the club, just like this. It's like a back flip. I'll step back so you can see it. It's like doing a back flip. So how you're gonna hold it out like this. This is just for one club. This isn't for like 2 or 3. So I want you to practice this catch. So I want you to hold your arm out, like lower your arm, and then just flick your right arm wrist up, just like that. And that creates that spinning, that flip motion for the club. So just practice that. Hold it out, go down, and flick your wrist up like this. Like I said, that's what creates that flip. So once you have the flip down like this, and you can do many in a row, you're ready to transfer it to your other hand. So you're gonna flip it like you did, except you're just transferring it to your other hand, just like this. So be sure to practice the flip of the club in both hands, just to make sure you got it comfortable. So you're comfortable with it, just like that. So then just once you're good, practice just tossing it back and forth, just like this. It's not like this. Be sure you're flipping it, like as you're tossing it. So I think that's good for 1. So now I'm going to move on to 2 clubs. Alright, so 2 clubs, you're going to do the same thing like you did with 2 balls. These ones might take a while. The clubs might be the hardest one to me, so practice like both of the juggling balls and the juggling rings, and once you have this mastered, move on to the clubs. So the clubs is like the same motion as the rings, except like with the rings you're holding them like this and spinning them up, except you're just doing the opposite. So like I said with the juggling balls and the rings, be sure to throw, you're gonna have one in each hand, so be sure to throw your offhand one first. When it hits its height, that's when you throw the second one. Be sure you flip, it's just like doing a flip at the same time. I like it when it sounds satisfying, so when the first club hits its peak, throw the second one, and that's how you do 2. I mean, I haven't really ever done 2 in one hand, so I'm not really going to get to that. Practice this. I mean, if this gets too complicated, go back to 1 club, like I said with the other juggling materials. Just practice flipping it, and then doing it to the other hand. So, this is a recap of 2. When throw on the one in your offhand first before moving on to your non-offhand, aka the hand you use the most. Like, say if you're righty, that's what I'm talking about, your non-offhand. These are pretty beat up, so, I mean, I've used these decent amounts, so, yeah. Alright, so, after that, you're ready for 3 clubs. So, you're going to have 2 in your offhand and 1 in your non-offhand. So, like I said, be sure to have, oops, I'm going to move back so you can see a bit better. That's 3 clubs. So when the first one hits its peak, throw the one in your, like on the bottom. Oops. Still working with clubs, but I'm glad to teach it anyway as a content. So when the first one hits its peak, throw the second one, then throw the third one. And and I should have said this before, but the second one you're throwing, so it's gonna go right, left, right. I meant left, right, left. Or right, left, right if your dominant hand is your left hand. Left, right, left. And that's the same thing with the juggling balls. Just like that. Then once you get good, if you want to challenge yourself, try practicing it the other way. So that's how you do 3 clubs. just be sure you're practicing the flip and starting so it goes left, right, left. If your dominant hand for any of these items, the 3 items of any of these is your right hand. So if you're lefty, be sure to have 2 in your right hand. So right, left, right. Right, left, right. So that's the 3 clubs. So, look, I'm gonna recap the balls, and this is what it's like when you're having, so it's left, right, left. Left, right, left. And then if your dominant hand is left hand, this is what it would be like. Right, left, right. Right, left, right. And once you master one cycle, you can try to keep going and see how far you can go. And now one last recap of the juggling rings. So if you're righty, this would be like left, right, left. Left, right, left. Left, right, left. Or if you're lefty, this is right, left, right. Right, left, right. Oh gosh. One more time. Right, left, right. I can't do it. Right, left, right. Oh my god. I'm not the greatest juggler, but I'm still learning this. There. So that's how you do it. I did mess up a few times, but it's okay. I make mistakes. I'm not a perfect juggler, so, I mean, I'm still a bit of a beginner, so, I mean, I'm still learning I'm still a decent at juggling, but I'm not as good as some professionals, but hey, it's okay. So, that's it for me teaching you how to juggle 3 balls, 3 rings, 3 clubs. So, thanks for watching this video. And like and subscribe if you want to see more tutorials like this or maybe some other things. So yeah, I'll give you if this video gets at least 10-20 likes, depending, or a lot of likes, I'll do another tutorial and make a lot of other cool content for you guys. See you soon. Peace.